My mother and dad met in Pittsburgh, and they came to Youngstown to get married. They got married and my aunt and uncle, how can I explain this? My dad's sister, Aunt Dinky was her name. Aunt Dina, and we call her Aunt Dinky. And they lived next door to very nice people. And my mom and dad got married in their house. And then they came to Youngstown to stay, and they worked for my Uncle Ben Riddick, who was a contractor. And one day, my dad was on this side of town, down near the hospital, and he stopped at a grocery store, a little tiny store. And the owner, he went to buy gloves, work gloves. And the man says, "What do you do?" And my dad said, "Well, I'm a carpenter. I work with my, what would it be, his brother-in-law. I work with my brother-in-law." And he said, "Well, would you like to buy my store?" Really? And they had saved up a couple $100 for something or other. I don't know what they were saving it for. And they paid off the $300, and that's how they got the store.
Wait.
And they did nicely there. I mean, we lived very nicely.
Wait, they only forked over $300 for the store?
No, I'm sure they paid more, but they put down the $300.
Wow. Okay.
And
did they live upstairs, or?
First they lived in the back of the store.
Well, you just said corner stores where we live.
And then they lived upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think...
So that's where your grandpa grew up?
I think when I was born, we lived in the house next door. They bought the house next door. Yeah. See, I don't remember. I was 8 when we moved out of there.
Okay, so grandpa
and Chucky was 4.
What did they have in the store? Was it really just a grocery store, or was it mostly food?
It was a grocery store. Oh, yeah. And my dad would go to the market every morning and get fresh fruit and potatoes and onions and stuff. And they sold bread, and we had a butcher. Well, they didn't have a butcher right away, but after they got started, they had a butcher that cut all the meat. They had fresh meat.
But it wasn't just the two of them. Wasn't there another relative? It was just the two of them?
Then my mother sold the store to Uncle Lou after my dad died.
See, I thought they were in business together.
No.
Oh, no. See, he didn't go into the business till after your dad died. Okay.
And then my dad's brother, Uncle Sam, had a store on the south side, not too far from where Shirley is now.
Yeah. And I went to visit. Well, in the past I visited it. So that's Stanley's dad.
Right.
Did you ever go to Uncle Sam's store? And he had the deli items that they were making.
Uncle Sam used to make sandwich spreads. It's called, like
schmears,
like bologna salad and ham salad and that kind of stuff. And they sold cheeses.
Guys, so Beth Greenblatt, who was at Aunt Shirley's today for lunch. Now we're talking about
her father
and grandpa.
Father.
So her grandpa, who owned that little family-run grocery store.
Yeah.
And I